Last recording, I was either extremely tired, or, this will really date the video, it was actually the day, let's see, the day I got the second shot of the disease, which I still don't know if you can name it on YouTube. You know, that disease you get a vaccine for in early 2021, you know that one? Except this was actually recorded in July 2021. So I actually got mine in that period after everybody who would have got it got it. So I got it set up at an odd time. But anyway, I don't know if that had anything to do with it. Probably not. But I didn't really remember much about what happened during said recording. I know that Kaiji was tipped off by April, or not Miss Maple, not April. Miss Maple, that if the dolls were able to replace their positions in the coffins, in other words, replace themselves in the coffins with their partners that were humans, that would give them a way to survive, which we would call the Banquet, which is something that inevitably was going to happen. We knew that already, but as soon as we saw that door, right, that led to the Banquet. That's what was meant by making the humans take the doll's place, or killing the humans, right? You didn't actually have to kill them, you just had to stick them in a coffin as if they were killed. But in the end, we didn't actually put the humans in the coffins in the same places where their partners came out, right? We didn't put Sarah in Maru's coffin. We did not put Kyutaro in Mai's coffin, and so on. We just put any random 7 people in there, or dolls in there, some of them being dead doll bodies, and it worked. Which means I'm kind of confused. Like, why do we? I thought they needed that the I hate this name, Mida Realtor's doll body in a coffin because they needed a replacement for Mida Realtor, which I don't know why they couldn't just chosen Miss Maple. Except I think Miss Maple was well, she wasn't a doll, she was a obstructor, so maybe she didn't count, I don't know. So I thought they needed to do that because they had to have a specific replacement, right? It's not like because they didn't have enough people, because they did. And if they wanted enough people in their group that composed of Mai, Kyutaro, and Kaiji, then they would have needed 7 people, and they only had 4. So they would need a lot more than just a doll of Mida Realtor. They would have to actually unite with the others and let them in on the plan. So that didn't really make a lot of sense. I didn't know what was going on. We do have something that Kaiji had to do in addition to put the replacements in the coffins. And the game is hidden that from the player for now. Anyway, so last sub-game, some character died. It was either Rekko or Alice. Depends on if you were successful or not. If you won the sub-game, it was Rekko. If you lost, it was Alice. The game just continued one or the other being dead, and they became interchangeable with each other throughout the game from there on out, which, imagine that being done to a character, make them completely interchangeable with a different character. Anyway, now one of them is dead, so now Alice is dead. I presume if Rekko's alive, then if you actually win the sub-game in the second chapter and you get Rekko alive, then Rekko ends up dead. And Rekko gets up hung from the ceiling by Ranmaru as opposed to Alice. But whatever. I haven't actually done that route yet, so I don't know if that's what happens. But what the point I was trying to make here is that the game is now converged, probably, because now either one is dead, which kind of makes Sao or Kana, like, really ripe for death, too. But the point I was trying to make here is last sub-game someone died at the end, right? To just maybe in this sub-game, someone would also die in the end. And of course, a counter-argument to that would be, well, if you look at the pattern, someone died in the middle of Chapter 1, right, and that was Mishima. Someone died in the middle of Chapter 2, and that was either Alice or Rekko. And someone died in the middle of Chapter 3. That was either Alice or probably Rekko, even though I haven't gone that way. So the person's already died in the middle, so we're not going to have another death. So the death may be linked to the chapters, not the sub-games, especially considering that Chapter 1 didn't have a sub-game. So I don't know if someone's actually going to die in this sub-game. The humans we have left to die are the fake Sao, who's actually Shin. Kaiji, although he's missing, I believe, at the moment. I don't know if he appeared at the beginning of the sub-game. He was missing because Ranmaru did something to him. We don't know what he did. We have Kyutaro, who's been stabbed, but he's still alive. And we have Gin, who just kind of persists. And we have Sara. I doubt this game is going to do a protagonist murder, so probably Sara's not going to die. Sao has a big target on him because he was a split between him and Kana, so if the developer wanted to make their writing life easier, and they wanted to make the routes converge as hard as they can, he or she can make them. So they would have a tendency to want to kill off Sao, right? To make the final chapter, or chapter 3, part 2, the same no matter what. Which makes Sao kind of likely to die. However, Sao has this thing going on where he wants to kill everybody, including Sara, who he considers the main course. And if Sao just dies in this Russian roulette game, then that's kind of lame. And then we never get to see Sao try to kill, and Sao be all evil, and you don't ever get to see that conflict. Kaiji's missing, I think. Kyutaro is already a well-spent character. And Gin is already a well-spent character who has been threatened with death already. So it doesn't really look like anybody's really ripe for death, besides Sao in this half-and-half manner. So we have Meister in person now. He first appeared as a talking painting, but now we have him in person. His physique looks a lot like Sarah's dad's, but then again, I tend to have Sarah's dad eyes, right? When the friendly neighborhood policeman with red hair that Kaiji used to admire appeared, then my first thought was, wow, he looks a lot like Sarah's dad. Well, he isn't because he's dead. So just because I think someone looks like Sarah's dad doesn't really mean anything. But Meister's face is hidden, so it might mean something. And he also smokes, which might be nothing. Let's actually go and try to play this sub-game. I tend to be not very good at these. Okay. Be very careful with this. Go ahead and check until you're satisfied. Should we pick the left coffin? I forgot what the prompt was. Right, the right coffin. Alright, let us check him a little more. Kyutaro inspected the coffins very carefully. No need to put your sticky hands all over them. There's no difference between the two coffins. Seems that way. Nothing suspect. We'll go with the one Sara picked. Okie dokie. Then I'll go in the one you didn't pick. My defibrillator got in the left coffin. Okay, holding on to that information in my head. That was really was this really the right one? Now for you to decide on a challenger. Feel free to take your time thinking it over. Though, not so long. The dummies run out of power, of course. What to do? Guessing the challenger will be in danger as ever. Or they might be this kind of safer one because they'll be the one holding the gun, for example. We have to decide now. We don't even know the rules. I'll do it. Ow. Gin? Why are you suddenly? I'm always the one being protected. Oof! Oh, this is a death flag. You're all nice, so you'd never pick me at times like this. Meow. But if that meant only I survived, I'm sure I'd regret it. Woof! I'd feel like I was a burden. So I want you to let me do it. Woof! I want to know there were people who were saved by me being there. Woof! That you already have. Because I love all you guys. Again. What if it doesn't save anybody to do the skin? Now, let's move on. It's about time to start. A passage continues further in. Proceed. Okay, Mida Realtor in the left, Gin in the right. We arrived in quite the place. It's like I'm playing Close Your Eyes. I don't see any coffins anywhere. Now, it's about time. I'll prepare myself. I'm not going to sacrifice anyone. Build the tension. Well then, let us begin, shall we? Come forth! Ta-dum! An amazing machine, isn't it? Coffins? Is everyone in there? Whoa, don't bother trying to open them, alright? Because I've locked the coffins just now. At any rate, I should get closer and inspect them. So, the coffins were the... I believe it was probably... Okay. Munako, or however you pronounce that bird, the short girl. Suit and Specs, however you pronounce him. The boxer's dead body, dead doll body. Mai's dead doll body, although they didn't explicitly say it, because Unaso was left. So that, I mean, there's a fifth one. I forgot who's in the fifth one. Oh, the platform rotated. Incredible, huh? Using this machine, you guys gotta locate Mida Realtor. Locate Mida Realtor? Yep, in one of these 9 coffins, whoever hits their target first wins. Oh, so there's 9 of them. Oh, so 1 in the left and 1 in the right, and then the 7. The original 7, okay. In one of these 9 coffins, whoever hits their target first wins. That is the Russian roulette banquet. That means, naturally, the challenger dies if they are hit. So Gin's life is on the line. Okay, she's not in a coffin. Hey, let us out of here. Oh yeah, she is in a coffin. Are you outside, meow, big sis Sarah? Gin. They're completely soundproofed in there, but as you can see, you can talk via monitors. I can't see anything from here. Meow. If only I'd known, I should have gone in there. Don't be thinking anything foolish, Miss Sarah, eh? We're the only ones who can properly observe things from outside, got it? That's right, what's important is winning and surviving. I'll win and save Gin. Ah, and by the way, it's a team battle, so Mida Realtor needs a button pusher too. Meaning I'll push the buttons in his stead. You ain't gonna cheat? My cheating is Mida Realtor's cheating. We'll share responsibility. You better not cheat yourselves, rule breakers. Get death. As if we even could. I mean, it's a machine that's programmed a certain way. It will not let you do commands that are not within the rules. Well then, once we decide the turn order, we can get started. I'd say it's fine for Team Gin to go first, having the disadvantage. It's like, oh, it's not smallest feet goes first? Alright. Went a little long, huh? Let's start already. Russian Roulette Banquet Edition, begin! How is this a banquet? I don't know. I don't understand what this means. An extremely heavy air dominates the space. From what we heard, the rules are simple. 9 coffins. If Gin is picked, we lose. If Mida Realtor is hit, we win. And then the other people, the other occupants of the other coffins, if they just hit, they just happen to, you just get picked off until you get to one of the two that matter. Well, but, of course I can't imagine it's that simple. Above all, it's strange that my realtor, who would be in a coffin, isn't saying anything. But, it doesn't change what we have to do. We'll discuss it together and find an answer. What's called the mind meter. Okay. By the way, you can rotate the coffins during your discussion if you want to make good use of it. Okay, I'll do another save game. Save game. Okay, we got... First, let's inspect this machine closely. It might do more than just rotate. We gotta think about how we can differentiate the coffins. Alright, let's observe. So he says, but there's hardly any difference in appearance. The only one we can identify is Anzu's coffin. That means there's only a 1 in 8 chance that we can hit my realtor. One of them is welded shut somehow. And the same odds that we hit Gin. Oh. That's a problem. Woof. We can't die like this. Woof. Right, but what difference in appearance is there? Can you think of anything, Miss Sarah? I say a way to see what the eye cannot see. Let me think about that. We've got the voice recorder, we've got the lantern, we've got the ID card, we've got the upgrade parts, we've got the green note, we've got the first aid kit, we've got the transceiver. Huh. Can you think of anything, Miss Sarah? A way to see what the eye can't see? Can we extract on that? Well, thought of anything, Miss Sarah? I would judge by using our ears or noses, in other words, by smell or sound. What are you, a dog, a honeycomb moth? Go ahead, huff it if all you... Huff it in all you like. What a cruel remark. Rusted luck. I bet on the 1 in 8 chance. Don't worry, I'm a lucky girl. From an entirely objective standpoint, you're a very unlucky girl, actually. Well, maybe not then. I mean, she's still alive. So we have to use an item. Okay. Papers listing participants in the death game. Well, now this would be useful. A voice recorder seemingly used in the first trial. It gives instructions to cooperate with a partner. Don't see quite how this works. A small lantern with a switch. Okay, interesting. The lantern, huh? The light of this lantern can reveal things you can't normally see. But isn't it out of battery? We'll use the one I picked up. Received a lantern from Qtaro. Thinking it's the same as your lantern, Sarah? No, not exactly. Thank you very much. Now let's try. Now let's try this. I see. The coffins are glowing. What's going on outside? Okay, Anzu is the one I forgot about. We're not sure of the details either, but there's something special to these coffins. So coffins 3 and 6. So 3 and 6 are special. We might just be able to tell them apart. Progress. Mystery of the glowing coffins. So his name is, I don't remember this guy's name. Hayasaka. Can't. Anyway, the coffins must be made with the special material that glows in the lantern's light. Hey, what's it look like? How many glowing coffins are there? Tell me. We saw the coffins glowing like this too, when we were on our own, too. Oh no, we have to remember that? Which coffins glowed? Oh no. Well, let's extract on it. Hopefully he tells me. Never would have guessed the same lantern would be on 4 or 5, too. When we used it in the cemetery, all 7 coffins started glowing. All 7 coffins. This is an important statement. So that means those 2 coffins are ones in the cemetery. And there'd be ones that are not from the cemetery? Hey, what's it look like? How many glowing coffins are there? Tell me. Okay. Let's extract. Well, do you know? Yeah, the number of glowing coffins is... Well, it was 2. Don't know yet. I should go count them. One. Nine. So 1, 3, 6, and 9. And 8. So 4, 5, 7, and 2 are not glowing. 1 not glowing. 1, 3, 6, and 9. What about 8? Yeah, 6, 8, and 9 are glowing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are glowing. However, number 2 should be. It just got crushed. Is that Onzu's coffin? The one that's crushed? Okay. Five. 5. Really? I see. So, if there are 5 glowing coffins, then like, what? This has to be a lead. Let me think about it. Gary's gonna probably conflict the two, but I'll do this one just to do it. The coffins must be made with a special material that glows in the lantern's light. Just for example, I believe some ores, like ruby and diamond, glow in ultraviolet light. Depends on the band gap. Maybe these coffins are made of diamond too. Okay, so we're going to conflict these 2 statements. All 7 glowed? Yeah. Then why are only 5 glowing now? By the way, there exists no other coffins than these. So the 7 glowing coffins were reduced to 5 glowing coffins because some of the coffins lost their glow. Alright, why don't we think about why that is? The coffins lost glow. Well, we can at least tell that Onzu's number 2 coffin isn't glowing. Is it because Maple exploded on top of that coffin? Woof! But there should be... Why light can't get in? Who knows? But there should be one other coffin that lost its glow, shouldn't there? Is there another cause besides the explosion? Even little things matter here. So, yeah, you would think it would be... the one with the incineration. Kaiji's or Mida Realtor's coffin. The original, in the middle. Do any of you remember anything unusual that happened to the coffins? All I can think of is how their peculiar smell bothers me. Can't really think of anything. Maybe the coffins actually glow using electricity, bet they ran out of battery. I think it's going to be that explosion, meow, like the heat of the blast. This is what matters. The force of the blast, the heat from it, I can think of lots of causes, meow. Is there an item about that? No first aid kit. Okay, I need something to conflict that with, probably. All I can think of is how their peculiar smell bothers me. It feels like staying in this coffin for too long will give my suit a stench. Nothing abnormal happened to my coffin. Nothing unusual happened at all. Really? Press further. I'm not asking about your coffin, maybe a nearby coffin. So stubborn. Are you hiding something? Huh, how do you figure that? If I had to say, I did pour some hot cocoa on Ranmaru's coffin. But as if something like that is relevant. That's a new statement. Maybe the coffins actually glow using electricity because the dummies run on battery, don't they? Maybe their coffins do too. Okay, well... Hang on, Meow. I'm curious about that, Meow. What's gotten into you? Shorty says that the cocoa doesn't matter. But the explosion and the hot cocoa have something in common. Being really hot. Whoa! So what? He's not wrong that a blast and hot cocoa both would be high temperature. That's right, if heat had an effect. We can draw the conclusion something melted. Paint. Maybe there's something like paint on the surface of the coffins that glows from the lantern. Come to think of it, that would connect to something else. Consent form in the classroom. That black paint glowed similarly when I used the lantern. And a spray of steam got rid of it. Whoa, so it was using the same paint? It's not unlikely. The paint comes off at high temperatures. That could certainly explain Ranmaru's coffin losing its glow. It also leads us to the possibility that a certain other coffin lost its glow. Another coffin that stopped glowing. A coffin that might have stopped glowing similar to Ranmaru's. That would be... Well, Kaiji didn't get back in it, though. I assume this coffin Kaiji was in. That coffin used a cremation system meant to grill Kaiji alive. Precisely, and it was so hot that just touching the lid could burn you. So Mr. Policeman's coffin lost its glow too, meow? I'll bet the melted paint got under the lid, which is why it got stuck and wouldn't open, meow. But that's strange, isn't it? That would mean between Anzu, Ranmaru, and Kaiji, 3 coffins stopped glowing. Ah, the numbers don't match up. Right, there's a 4th one not glowing. In that case, you gotta wonder, who painted them and why? Good point, I want to clear that up. Understood, let's discuss it. Who painted the coffins when? First up, when I split off from Sarah, all 7 coffins in the cemetery were glowing. Meaning someone painted them before we split. I imagine I had to have been my realtor. Surely the culprit wouldn't be one of us. Wouldn't they just... I would just assume that the coffins were painted at the beginning. That whoever was behind us when they set the whole game from day 1 would have painted the coffins. Like, I don't see why this is like a discussion point, but... I sure don't remember seeing any suspicious activity in the cemetery. These guys are smarter than me then. Could be, not be a culprit, meow. Could there not be a culprit? Got it, the culprit is Maple. There must be some meaning to them being painted in the first place. Okay, this is the best statement. Must be some meaning to them being painted in the first place. No, it's just a game mechanic prepared for them to be able to solve it here, right? I mean, so long as they aren't lit by the lantern, their color isn't even any different. Correct? I got the culprit is Maple. She's the one who applied the paint. See, when we couldn't go down to floor 4, she was there slapping on the paint. We know for a fact that that is wrong. But wasn't the shutter closed so no one could get into the cemetery? Oh yeah, huh, sorry. I imagine it had to have been Mida Realtor. Surely the culprit would have been one of us? Only Mida Realtor could get these weird ideas. What kind of intention did he have? Can't even be bothered to consider it? Could there not be a culprit? The culprit doesn't exist. In other words, a ghost, meow. The ghost of the person in that coffin played a trick, woof. Again, it's not realistic to bring ghosts into this. I know, meow, I was joking, woof. I mean, it's a brand new coffin, so of course there wouldn't be a ghost, meow. Brand new? Huh? Big sis, sorry you don't remember, woof. Seaweed Head said, I can't wait. It's my first time using this fancy new coffin. Meow. Come to think of it. Someone painted the coffins before I separated from Sarah and the others, since nobody saw nothing suspicious like that. It must have been much, much earlier. At the very start before the death game began. That's what I would have said. Before it began? That's probably not what the answer's going to be, considering this was brought up in the first place. So basically, he reapplied their color to prepare for the death game. Mida Realtor must have had some old coffins lying around that he repainted. Why wouldn't they just have come painted? He reused them? Okay, now I know what the conflict is. I surely don't remember seeing any suspicious activity in the cemetery. If someone was fiddling with a brush, of course, I would have thought, what are they doing, you know? Again, you sure about that? Of course, meow. Then it would make sense why nobody looks suspicious. A new coffin would have been painted to start with. So it was coated in paint back when it was made. Like the chocolate on chocolate-colored almonds. Then the coffin's outside the cemetery, too. I don't think the chocolate grows on the tree with the almond either. The analogy doesn't work. According to Meister, Gin and Mida Realtor's coffins are both new, right? So Gin and Mida Realtor's coffins... both glow. Both their coffins glow. Exactly, meow. That would make the coffins add up. Rather than 2 out of the 7 coffins losing their glow, it's 4 out of 9. It would mean Anzu's, Ranmaru's, Kaiji's, and 1 other coffin stopped glowing. There's just 1 we can't identify. But I suspect the last one would be among the cemetery coffins. It would be odd if it wasn't, but that's usually not how this logic works. Usually there's a way to differentiate between Gin and Mida Realtor's coffins. Okay. So after Miss Mida Realtor was was the left coffin. And then Gin is in the right coffin. Even though it doesn't really matter now because they're all scrambled. We're narrowing things down. After all, this means Mida Realtor is in one of the glowing coffins. So if we pick a glowing coffin... Wait up. The same goes for Gin too. Oh yeah, then that's no good. Unless we got a way of distinguishing Gin and Mida Realtor, it's still a game of chance. We can just get the odds all the way down to 50-50, but it's still gonna be 50-50. 1 in 5. 1 in 5 odds that we hit Mida Realtor. If we just miss, that's one thing. But if we hit Gin, Gin dies. It's really just 50-50, honestly. It's too soon. I don't know how many tries you get, but it's too soon to come to an answer. Come on, there's something important we still haven't examined, isn't there? That mechanical platform. Try taking a closer look at it. Using the machine. Okay, let's take a look. This part of the platform. It shows the number of each coffin. So what are these round lamps beneath the numbers? Hey, whoa, don't go casually pressing that. Will you tell me about it? Of course, see, these lamps are a hint function. Hint? Yep, this is a game where you and Mida Realtor take turns selecting coffins, but before each selection, you can get one hint. Once before each selection. Can Mida Realtor use that too? Yes, ma'am, and I'm sure he will. And what exactly are these hints? Too bad explanation ends here. Just see what happens, and think about it. What? You're good at puzzles, ain't ya? Or do we just have to use it? So let's test it out. We've narrowed things down to 5. Right, they just want to hit a non-glowing one, and they know they're not going to hit Gin. Or Mida Realtor. But then the problem is if who they select dies, I mean, what if they hit Anzu? Does she get wiped out? He's just a doll, whatever. We've narrowed things down to 5, can't make any more progress on that front. 5 are glowing, that is. 5 are not safe, that's true. Then I'll explain how to use it. Put the coffin you want to use a hint on right in front, then touch the platform. Alright. I'll choose one of the glowing coffins to use a hint on. The path shown by the hint. What if I choose the wrong coffin? Okay. So, one of the not glowing ones. Choose number 2. No, that one's not. Okay. Number 4. Okay, that's the one I have right here. The one in front is coffin number 4. Should use a hint on this. Use hint. Hold up, Sarah. We know Gin and Mida Realtor are in glowing coffins, remember? If we use a hint, it's only going to be effective if we use it on a glowing coffin. That's lame. I want to know why they're not ones that are not glowing or not glowing. Okay, well, fine then. Use it on a glowing coffin. I pressed the lamp. It lit up red. Oh. Wait, is that it? What's that tell us? Muscle Gorilla, calm down, meow. We can think about that together. Woof. I guess you're right. Listen, we can't use another hint. If we don't hit Mida Realtor, it'll come around to his turn. We have to prevent that. Gin's life is on the line. It's okay. Even this single lamp gives us information. For instance, the color. The lamp's color. Color, huh? Think back to our searching on this floor. We saw numerous devices with a relation to color. That's true. Then we'll have to discuss what we can determine from the color, meow. Right, if we all join forces, I'm sure we can solve this mystery. Let's uncover the secret of the color. That's cheesy. The red lamp's meaning. That lamp says what's inside. Red means red blood, and that means there's a human in there. Color, huh? Weren't there those 3 buttons on Maple's back? Red, blue, and yellow? That's not the answer. You know, I seem to recall seeing a message mentioning the colors red, blue, and yellow. I'm unsure if it's relevant, but when Mai did her fingerprint scan, there was a colored glow. I kind of feel like it's going to be hard to theorize just from the color of the lamp, Wolf. This is it. What was it again? Okay, I'm going to do these extracts just so I don't miss the dialogue, but it's Sal that we have to action on. I kind of feel like it's going to be hard to theorize just based on the color. What do we do? Woof, this is not good, meow. I'm unsure if it's relevant, but when Mai did her fingerprint scan, there was a colored glow. That said, I don't actually remember what color it was, haha. Color, huh? Weren't there those 3 buttons on Maple's back, red, blue, and yellow? Those buttons made a link between emotions and the colors, didn't they? Red is anger, blue is sadness, yellow is joy. Suppose that had anything to do with the answer. Emotions and colors. The lamp says that what's inside. Red means red blood, and that means there's a human in there. No, it sounds stupid, but whether they got blood is the big way to tell if somebody's a doll or not. Okay. This is it. This is it! Is this what you saw, Sal? And that is... We found this note while exploring, which matches something that was displayed on the coffin control system. I see. I remember now, the colors were all laid out there. Blue is human, red is doll, yellow is vacant. Oh, and since it was on the coffin control screen, colors must be information about the contents of the coffin, surely. So the red color of this lamp is doll. That means one of the dummies isn't there. This is a huge hint, because everyone but Gin will be red. If we pick a red coffin, we can avoid hitting Gin. Is that really it? Sorry, remember the coffin control screen again. Specifically, that message on the top right. Right. Data log. Blue 1, red 6, yellow 0. Ain't this a record of when the contents of the coffins was checked? No, we didn't do anything like that, meow. Maybe it records it automatically. If so, then is this record from the start of the game? It must be when this game started. I'm guessing that note was a printout of this log. And since it says game start, blue 1, red 6, yellow 0, that would place it at the very beginning before Mida Realtor and the dummies came out. But wait, that would mean those 7 had 1 human mixed in, meow. A human among the dummies. There's what? Who then? Who is it? No way, right? Look, let's calm down for a second. Can't we calm about... You can't be calm about such a thing. See, like, doesn't it mean someone's been lying and pretending to be one of the dummies? Plus, like, why do something like that? What should I do? I don't know what this fact means. It's just that the real Sal was a human at that stage. There's a human Sal, but I won't be able to fully trust the dummies at this rate. In that case, understood. Let's first make it clear who the human is. Who's the human? The dummies and model realtor, that group of 7's got the human in the mix. In terms of semen human, I guess Mapi Mai or Ranmaru. Nope, Ranmaru was a doll. Cotton Candy replaced his hand, meow. I can't imagine he was a human. Woof. Being able to take your hand off doesn't necessarily mean you're a doll. The dead dummies were given doll bodies, right? Hey, do you think there's cases where someone doesn't even realize they're human? We all saw our deaths in the victim videos. It's hard to imagine a human mixing in. And this is the important one right here. But I have to do all these because dialogue. Because content. And being able to use cool moves like spraying steam, it's unfair. Oof. Is that cool? That's hot. Meow, wouldn't you want that, Big Cesara? Steam from your hands? What a worthless superpower. Sounds like idiot hot. Anyway, I can't imagine anyone but a doll being able to equip upgrade parts. Meow. Hey, do you think there's cases where someone doesn't even realize they're human? It's possible they wouldn't be aware, right? And I'm no exception, maybe I could be human. Being able to take your hand off doesn't necessarily mean you're a doll. My realtor's hand came off too, but that could have been a prop to make it look like he was a doll. A prop, So you're thinking that Mida Realtor is the human, Hinako? I can't say for sure yet, but just remember this. Mida Realtor is with the organization. He can freely use everything in this facility. There's no such thing as impossible. The dead dummies were given doll bodies, right? Nice to make things easier to think about, ahaha. The dummies and Mida Realtor. That group of 7's got one human in the mix. The coffin control system got a color code. Blue human, red doll, yellow vacant. And blue 1, red 6, yellow 0. If that's what was in the coffins at game start, it's clear as day there was a human in the mix. Okay, this is the one that's important, I think. We all saw our deaths in the victim videos. It's hard to imagine a human mixed in. You saw them too, didn't you? Everyone pictured in those definitely died. Unfortunate as it is. Okay, let's see if there's actually conflicts first. We all saw the deaths. This is a tricky one. 16 names, the voice recorder, the lantern, the ID card, the upgrade parts. Transceiver, green book, note, first aid kit. Okay, I gotta take a short pause, which you will not notice. Yeah, I believe I know the answer to this, and that is, that Mida Realtor's the human. We know that there's a doll and a human. Well, we don't know for certain, but it's pretty strongly implied by him having a doppelganger. And he didn't die because the person, what Alice killed was not a human, it was a doll copy. So the human Mida Realtor still exists. So, yeah, with these games, 3/4 of the difficulty is figuring out how to use the gameplay mechanics to communicate the answer. Only 1/4 of the difficulty is actually knowing what the answer is. It's just like sometimes you have to take some circuitous route to communicating it, which is counterintuitive. What you really want to do is like, I know the answer, let me present the answer, and always want you to do something funky. It's like off to the side. The papers don't really communicate that. The voice recorder doesn't. Lantern doesn't. The ID card. The ID card. That's interesting. Monitor was with the organization. You can freely use whatever one's in this facility. This would be really obscure if this was the answer. What? Well, I'm real lucky I got that one. Okay, Hinako, I'm not sure about that. About what? If Mida Realtor can freely use all the machines in the facility, why would he need to make an ID card? Well, that just signifies he's part of the organization. I mean, maybe he didn't necessarily need it. He probably went and prepared one so that he could beat his challenges, right? No doubt he could use a face scanner or something instead of needing that thing. Well, I never saw no devices like that. The only things we saw were an ID card scanner and a fingerprint scanner. That's right, even if Mida Realtor was with the organization, there were machines he couldn't mess with without a registered card. A registered card? Then why were Mai's fingerprints registered? Hold on a sec, you suspected Mai? That's wrong, Mai ain't with the organization. Stop letting your emotions do the talking, you wrestling old-timer. Don't call Muscle Gorilla names, meow. Even though I call everybody names. Everybody calm down, it's like an oxymoron. We can't be looking for villains. What do you expect? The most suspicious person is really likely to be the human too, right? It's not like I actually want to suspect a dead ally, either. Did she bleed, though? I mean, we saw Miss Maple run her through. I didn't see blood, did I? Alright. Then let's prove it ourselves. That Mai's our ally. Or just she's not a human, which they're strongly correlating with being their ally. Mai's fingerprint scan. I did think it was weird that Mai was the only one who passed the fingerprint scan. Mai looked like she didn't understand why her fingerprints were registered neither. And also, Mai's final moments were clearly recorded in her victim video. It's all fake, her attitudes and act too. Maybe her role was to move the death game forward. Mai had the belief she was a doll, which is why she stabbed Yutaro. Okay. Mai had the belief she was a doll, which is why she stabbed Yutaro. She was just afraid of what Mida Realtor said. So she's not a villain or anything, right? It's all fake, her attitudes and act too. Maybe her role was to move the death game forward. That's who Mai really is, happily ever after not. Hinako. I know, what I'm saying is absurd, so show proof to deny it. And also, Mai's final moments were clearly recorded in her victim video. I couldn't imagine it was a fake video. If you saw it too, then don't you remember? Mai was holding two guns pointed at her head, her face pale, her gloved hands trembling. It was just too cruel. Okay. Ma looked like she didn't understand why her fingerprints were registered neither. Mai's 100% innocent, I tell you, I know that much. Yutaro trusts her that much. Do you have any ideas? Still, do you have any ideas? Did she attach a finger part, or...? I got nothing. She hadn't attached any shaded parts. She looked just like the Mai in the victim video. I did think it was weird that Mai was the only one who passed the fingerprint scan. But is it fair to lump her with the organization over that? Okay, what all got extracted? Mai was holding two guns pointed at her head, her face pale, her gloved hands trembling. Got it. Can I have a second? Are you sure mine never attached any upgrade parts? No, she didn't. Kind of feel like she'd be opposed, you know, feelings-wise. Then it's strange. The dummies have to look the same as their original human selves, right? But compared with the victim video, the Mai we were with had no gloves. It's always the gloves. Or never the gloves. Sometimes it's the gloves. They're always important, but in different ways than you expect. It's true, in the video we saw, she was wearing gloves. Yeah, it's weird, huh? Mai didn't have gloves on from the start. And if she took them off herself, we should have seen them in her coffin. Hard to imagine Mida Realtor forgot. I suppose that must mean Her gloves were taken off to attach a part, perhaps. Say what? Someone got switched out before she woke up? Okay. Something got switched out. But you could just put her gloves back on after attaching it, right? True, that's strange. Why were only Mai's gloves not put back on her, I wonder? O.J. Simpson reference. Do the gloves not fit? The gloves shrank? No. The opposite. The lawyers injected stuff into her hands. Opposite. You're saying it's because her hands got bigger? Exactly. The hands that got attached to Mai were bigger than her original hands. I've come to an absurd conclusion, but it would be consistent with the fingerprint scan. Like the creation of Mida Realtor's ID card, this floor has been designed to suit the floor master Mida Realtor. So then, it's natural that the fingerprint scanner would also be configured for Mida Realtor. Ah. And Mai's hand, which he used for the fingerprint scan, was bigger than her original hand. As if it were a man's hand. Then you're trying to say Ma's hands were Mida Realtor's hands? She had Seaweed Head's parts, meow? Not necessarily any old parts. We've discovered that blue means human, red means doll. Do you remember when she did the fingerprint scan? It glowed blue. Hang on! That means her hands. They're Mida Realtor's human hands? Oh, that's Sarah's line. They're Mida Realtor's human hands. They're what? Fant. Kitaro won't want to hear this, but it's possible that wasn't a fingerprint scanner. It might have been a blood tester that pricked the finger. You saying there's blood in there? Mida Realtor, he cut off his own hands to attach them to Mai? And instead he equipped a rocket punch? That would give us an explanation where Mida Realtor is human and Mai is a doll. He's beyond messed up. That just ain't right. Can we really win against him? Against a guy who can calmly cut off his hands? Oh, I thought there was a doll copy. No, apparently it's a human with a doll hand now. Okay. I was wrong. So it was a doll the whole time? Or, no, a human the whole time? Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. So you were listening, huh, Mida Realtor? It was so funny I couldn't hold it in anymore, ha ha ha. Bastard, wild funny about this. I finally said that. I mean, everybody's so horrified, Well, won't you pick your first coffin already? I'm about to die of boredom. That's right, we've come to a conclusion, now we gotta choose. Right, what we learned in the discussion was Mida Realtor is human. Mida Realtor is an unbelievable man able to cut off his own hands. He's a human with blood flowing through him. And all 6 of the dummies are dolls. Which means Mida Realtor is in one of the 5 glowing coffins. We used a hint on 1, coffin number 3, and we're told red, doll. But Mida Realtor is a human, so number 3 won't be it. Which means, So in the end, it's 1 and 4? After all that, this is where we're at. If Gin and Mida Realtor are both human, there's no way to tell them apart after all. Oof. No way. Why has it come to this? We just need to calm down. Listen, we've got two options. Pick the number 3 coffin, knowing it'll miss, or risk the chance of hitting Gin and aim for Mighty Realtor with 1 in 4 odds. Pampa serious. There's nothing left to reason with. We have to think and choose. This choice could end up killing Gin. I absolutely can't choose wrong. Defeat Mighty Realtor. Okay. This one. We might choose Gin otherwise. I can't take such a risky bet. As long as we get through Mighty Realtor's turn, I'm sure we'll still have a chance. Selected the coffin. Oh well. Is this the right one? What the floor? Stop, wah! Well, of course it kills them. Like, saw this coming. What the heck? A drill went through the coffin. That's Sarah's line. A drill went through the coffin. Too bad, you hit Hayasaka. So what? What happened to Suit and Specs, meow? He got drilled. Hey, Suit and Specs, respond. Woof, what happened? Meow. Hey. Respond. I wish I could have seen it from the outside. You've got to be kidding, Mighty Realtor. We didn't hear it would be like this. Yeah, seriously, this is the first we heard that we'd be in danger. Like, what would you think? Ahem. Is there some kind of problem? What? The drill just pierced the contents, you know. The exterior has hardly changed, so it shouldn't add any noise to your deductions. Victory is decided once me or Gin get hit. I haven't lied about anything. You. Getting mucked up by a big drill like that leaves no trace of them. You can't bring them back like that. Relax. It'll be over soon when I choose Gin next. Mighty Realtor's selection. Well, what number should I choose, Miss Sarah? Let's discuss it together. Once I get him in 1, it'll already be over. Quit joking around already. Huh? Are you mad? Blaming it on me won't change that you killed Hayasaka, Miss Sarah. Now then, back to Gin's location. It would be as much a game of luck for me as well. My favorite number is 0, but that isn't here, so I'm gonna reference Zero Escape. Where shall I use a hint? There is 9. So yeah, there might be a big Zero Escape reference. 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors, 9 coffins. You've got pretty eyes. They're looking at something filthy, though. What a unique response. Alright, I'll go with number 1. That's my lucky number of the day. Miss Sarah, could you press the lamp on number 1 for me? Mighty Realtor said coffin number 1. Should I choose this? Use hint. I summon my resolve and press the lamp. Eh? It lit up blue. Doesn't blue mean human? Then it beginner Mighty Realtor. Eh? Hold on a sec, meow. A blue showed up already? Woof! Uh-huh. What are you surprised about? Going by your reasoning, there are already only 3 choices, right? Of course, it's likely for it to come up. In fact, shouldn't you be happy your reasoning was correct? I guess, but hahaha. Were you not prepared to lose Gens this quickly? Don't tell me you're gonna pick it. Mrs. Sarah, it's okay, Gen. Is this like the Monty Hall problem? Let's see here. There were 3, right? Mighty Realtor's trying to get 1, but he selected it. No, it's a little bit different. It's not a pure Monty Hall problem. There's something. But he's trying to. There's also one that doesn't want to hit. If you do, there's a 50% chance you die. You must be scared of death. Still making that claim? Stop believing those convenient assumptions and look at reality. I even cut off my own hands for the heck of it. Then, go ahead and pick it, the number 1 coffin. Okie dokie, Meister, hit coffin number 1. What? Roger that. Big Sis Sarah. Don't be ridiculous, stop. Are you going to decide victory like this, Hiyori? You lose, Sarah. There would be a twist. And Sao dies. But, well, we'll see what the writers decide to do with this. Now then, will we finish this we'll finish this so soon? Truly, this is a fate being decided. Huh? What's this shaking? You're kidding, right? No way. Why me? This... Hinako? So close. You hit Hinako. Bah, bah, bah. And there's the twist. Shorty. Hey, why was it Hinako? Blue should begin or Mighty Realtor, right? What's going on? Was there some hole in our logic? Everyone calm down. Let's calmly have another discussion. I can't. The situation changed completely. If we get picked, we're gonna be killed. There's not a trace of us left. Please, calm down. Hinako's blue lamp. According to the hint, Hinako was human. What's the deal? There was a victim video of Hinako too. But it didn't show her face. It was very inconclusive, right? It just showed her feet dangling. Am I going to get killed like that, meow? Yes, you're going to get drilled. I'm gonna get torn up by a drill. Woof. Calm down, Gim. We absolutely won't let that happen. I can't help remembering. Meow. Those scary videos we saw before. Muscle Punk getting squished by the walls. The blood from Cotton Candy's stomach. Clown Lady getting cut up. Suit and Specs and the axe. Everyone had such pained faces. Again. I know, meow, I shouldn't be saying that. But I'm scared. Sorry, Lisa, Sarah. It'll save you. Hold on, Gin. Okay. What was the deal? There was a victim video of Hinako too. It was playing in the control room, yeah? It showed it clear as day, legs dangling in midair, probably hung from something. She was dying. So then, how is Hinako human? Well, I mean, we didn't see her get dead all the way. According to the hint, Hinako was human. That drill doesn't look to have any blood on it. But I have to imagine it's not so crudely built to allow us to judge based on that. It might be designed so we can't put it together using blood, yeah? Sure enough, all we can do is consider Hinako's past actions. Did Hinako do anything only a doll could do? Like switch parts? This is it, I believe. You couldn't see her face. Pained faces, eh? Alma figures Hinako was a middle schooler. Even if she endured, she must have been crying. Huh. Hey, hold up, I saw the video, but why I don't remember Hinako's expression? Ah, if you can't remember, that's to be expected. Hinako's video was the only one that didn't show the victim's face. Oh yeah, that's right. That's kinda fishy, huh? It's unclear if she really died. And with her face not being pictured, we can't even determine if it was Hinako herself. Well, still, we got called Hanako during the she got called Hanako during the execution in the video, right? That's true, but don't you have to wonder? Supposing our logic so far hasn't been wrong. It's Hinako herself that's odd, right? A good point. Looking back, there were a lot of mysteries to Hinako's actions. Is there a hidden truth here? We might want to think about her a little more. Understood. Let's have a discussion about Hinako. That's what we trust. That's if we trust all theories, but I'll go with it. Gotta suspect to trust. That's what our discussions are all about. About Hinako. First, if Hinako is really human, does it mean she was just acting as if she died in that video? Hold on, meow. I don't think it's good to claim it was all an act. Woof. The shorty in the victim video and the shorty in the dummies were just different people. Meow. Is there any other clue besides the victim videos? Hey, sorry, you remember seeing anything other than those videos that involved the victims? Something I saw while searching. The office. The classroom. The gallery. Yes. The locker room. If you think about it, nothing obviously deadly was shown. Despite all the other dummies having sharp things, axes or other execution devices around, right? Now you mention it, yeah? I'm sure the real Hinako died like in the video, meow. But the shorty we know took the real one's place to infiltrate the dummies. Whoops. And she probably disguised herself to blend in so Mighty Realtor wouldn't find her out, meow. With just a middle school uniform, fancy socks, and pink hair, you'd look like Shorty. Whoa. I do know but none of what she looked like anyway, so that wouldn't even matter. I do know what her goal was, but it's not good to assume she was our enemy. Meow. Is that plausible? Okay. The locker room. We did see paintings of the victims in the, the lounge, or the gallery, but the locker room seems to be where Minako's death would have taken place. Don't feel like we saw much of anything there except the lantern. That's not it. Well, I guess I want you to pick the more lame answer. The gallery. Oh, we saw something in the gallery. On the wall, there were paintings of those like now who had become victims. Well, you're right. Oh yeah, there was one of those paintings I was wondering about. Oh, which was it? Can't remember that part. What? I know it's pretty minor memory, but come on. What should I do? If I have something that can jog Kutaro's memory, I might want to show it to him. What's up? You're gonna use that to help me remember? Yes, take a good look at this. Well, I'm starting to remember. Let's look for a notable painting here. This one's a mystery. A painting of a girl in a middle school blazer. And gaudy socks with a plain black hair. Black hair. Should I add this to a statement? Add. Kyutaro, please add that to your statement. You got it. Okay. Muscle Gorilla. Those features are pretty much the same as Shorty's. Meow. Hey, calm down now. Similar as they might be, her most distinctive pink hair is different. Having the same clothes but different hair, that would just be a different person. A different person?! Seems to have some credibility now, doesn't it? Alright, listen up, would you? The paintings in the gallery were all victims who died during the death game. So, it's a given the girl in that painting was a victim here. But no one's seen this black-haired girl. Surely because she died in the first trial before meeting anyone. Now then, Hinako's video. That's a video of her first trial, where she's clearly being called Hinako. Meaning the black-haired girl was the real Hinako Mishuku, who was killed in the video. As for the dummy's Hinako, was a separate human taking her place. No, that can't be. Hinako was... Shorty was a human, meow. In that case, wouldn't Maida Realtor not be a human? But Mai had Maida Realtor's human... But Mai had Maida Realtor's human hands, didn't she? Well... I don't know. But I can't imagine either theory is wrong. What is the truth about Maida Realtor? Haha, you seem troubled. I'll make one rebuttal of my own to your theory. What? The dummies were explained to you at the start. They were picked from those who had no connection with any other survivors. Meaning? I picked the real Hinako. Supposing there were another one, even I'd stick to the rules. Which is to say, the dummies would have included a black-haired Hinako. Black-haired Hinako in the dummies? Yep. Well, did anyone meet black-haired Hinako even just one time? No, we didn't. Oh dear, that looks like your reasoning's gone wrong again, Miss Sarah. No way. Does no one have any ideas? I mean, does anyone remember talking to her even a little? Haha. Erg. Wait. Kyutaro? Connection to Hinako. I've been curious about this a long time. This ain't something I want to talk about, but... Do you remember when we first met Alice? Alice? We were questioning him. And this is one of the responses he gave. A speaker said something about a trial, but it was foolish. I committed myself to hiding. Hey, Sarah. Does that bring anything to mind? Like some kind of item. Kyutaro, you're talking about... Kyutaro, I keep getting the caught in Kyutaro's voice. Kyutaro, you're talking about this, right? Sure am. That's a voice recorder with a pre-recording for a pair first trial. Let's listen to it again. I press the switch on the speaker. This is the first trial. You have 5 minutes. If you cannot escape in time, you lose your life. You are not alone. Your fate is tied to someone you cannot see. However, if you refuse this connection and are willing to betray them, you can leave safely. Follow the voice in your heart. This was in the locker room. It was probably a trial split between floor 4 and 5 where you kept in communication. If you didn't have any ill will, I'm sure Alice just left the room all casually. But his partner died. Alice won the trial by betraying them. He killed her, his partner, the real Hinako. No way. This is why the real Hinako wasn't one of the dummies. He created a relationship of perpetrator and victim between them. Stripey? It's rough, both for him doing it unconsciously and for the one suffering the consequences. This is terrible. We really are just thoroughly being played with like toys. But, thanks to this, we've solved the mystery of Hinako. Without question, the dummy's Hinako was human. Then, what were these hands attached to my? And what were these hands attached to my? Ah, guess I have to admit it. As a reward, I'll tell you, like you worked out, just for convenience. Like you worked out, I gave my living hands. But even so, that's not to say it's only my hands that I gave away. Okay, so if there's only one human in the coffins, then what we met originally must have been a doll, right? Ah. His head spins. Stop that, that's creepy. Well, surprised? You clearly ain't human. I gave up on humanity. I split up and shared my body with a bunch of people, so I hardly have any human parts left. What the hell? What are you thinking? If my body's over 50% doll, surely you would consider me a doll, right? And this way, the body can also be a majority vote. Fine then. If Mighty Realtor is considered a doll, it all makes sense. Gin is blue, Mighty Realtor is red. This we can be sure of. Whoa, now we can't tell them apart. Well, do your worst. If you think that alone will mean victory, well now, you seem tired of discussion. Shall we have the challenging team use their hint? The third hint. Okay, so 1 is blue. So the ones that are glowing are 1, 3, 6, 8, and 9. We know 1 is no longer in the picture. That contained like Hayasaka or whatever his name is. Three is no longer in the picture. That one contained Hinako. Okay. Let's do 6 next. I summon my resolve and press the lamp. 6 is doll. Whoa, red means it ain't Gin. If this is Model Leader, we win. That's true. Usually, I'd want to have a discussion to pick which coffin to hit. But honestly, we don't really get any choice that isn't picking this coffin. Why is that? Why is that? Aren't there still more glowing coffins? And what if Gin's in them, huh? The right move is to pick coffins. We've definitely got dolls in them, Sarah. Everyone? You're really okay with that? What? What, Mighty Realtor? Picking red means you might be picking one of the dummies, right? There'll be no trace of them left. You okay with that? There's a chance of anyone there's a chance of anyone getting picked, other than Anzu and Ronmaro in the non-glowing coffins. You'll surely pick an ally, Miss Sarah. What's with his confidence? Our reasoning should be right. We should be backing him into a corner. So then why isn't he scared? Why doesn't he fear death? Does Mighty Realtor truly feel fear? Is our logic really correct? Do it anyway, Sarah. What's up, Sarah? Nothing. Right. What good would it do to stop here? Can I save anyone if I can't trust in myself? To defeat Mighty Realtor, I'll choose. Ah, how entrancing, to see you when you think you're right. Big sis Sarah? Now I just have to choose. And this time, I will hit him. Well... I choose the coffin I use the hint on. I'll trust my gut. I'll defeat Mighty Realtor and protect everyone. Select the coffin. And... we drill through the boxer guy. He's already... we thought we could restore him, I guess. That's why that matters. I mean, we're not going to do Anzu because she's safe. She's in the crushed coffin. Mai's already dead. Hanako's already dead. Ranmaru's already dead. He's the only person of importance that we could drill through. Oh, well, is it the right one? What happened? I told you, it's impossible. Too bad you hit Mai. We're so toast now. On Mai's body. Again. I missed again. See, you drilled through an ally. Why'd we miss? Yeah, this is a bad end. We can't win. We're completely and totally done. Everyone be calm. This match hasn't been decided yet. Oh, but hasn't it? What's that? You're the ones who aren't calm. Here, let me summarize. How many glowing coffins are there in total? Well, there were 5. Correct. There are 5 glowing coffins. And you've hit Hayasaki, Hinaka, and Mai. I use a hint on one of the remaining 2 coffins. If you do that, then whenever it comes up as blue or red, I'll know the answer with 100% certainty. There's no strength left in my legs. Mighty Realtor's explanation is correct. I was thinking only about if we hit him, not what would happen if we missed. Well, we still have one not glower not accounted for. So that's gonna come back and haunt things. One of them is in a non-glowing coffin. He'll be able to select in with certainty next, meaning he'll definitely be killed. That choice we just made was our final choice. Have I lost? That's right. Come on, stand up, Miss Sarah. You still have a roll, don't you? A roll? To finish this out. Use a hint in my stead and let me know where Gin is. I'll let you say goodbye too, yes? Goodbyes? Is this her last moment with Gin? That can't be. I see, so you feel too bad to show him your face. Alright, Meister, I'll just have you do it. Wait. I'll do it. Stop it. Well then, chop chop. Will it be blue? Or will it be red? I'm so excited. My mind isn't working. Did I grab the wrong one? You okay there, Missy? Might have really specified a glowing coffin, right? If you can't do it, I'll do it for you. Oh. Well, sorry. I can't think at all anymore, and yet I did as Mighty Reloader said. I pressed the lamp. And it lit up blue. Well done. It seems you found Gin. No way. Big Sis Sarah? Gin. Stop it, Hiora, there's no need for this. You've had your fun, right? Just call it your victory. Gin's still just a little kid. Ha 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 ha. I've hardly begun having fun. I wish I could play more. Big Sis Sarah? I'm sorry, Meow. Why are you apologizing, Gin? I'm sorry. So I couldn't protect. That's not true. Because you were there, Big Sis Sarah. I wasn't scared, even now I'm not. No. I can't do this. This is... I wonder if Big Sis Sarah in Japanese is like, Oni-chan. Anyway. Take care of everyone. Meow. And find Mr. Policeman. Woof. Kaiji. Mighty Realtor? What, still pleading for life? You haven't granted it. The consent form wish, I still haven't. Huh? You're obligated to listen to my wish. What are you saying? Invalidating the results of the death game is off limits, Miss Sarah. We haven't come to any results yet. Because this lamp is just a hint. You're truly ridiculous. I'm making a demand. Just this once, change your selection, Mighty Realtor. This isn't like you. It's much too lame. Mere hair splitting. I'm the floor master, the rules are all up to. That's some interesting hair splitting. Meister? She's got a point, Mighty Realtor. It's not altering the outcome, just changing the process a tad. And didn't you say you wanted to play more? Don't be absurd, this isn't for you to decide. Let me out, I'll manage the controls. We're still in the game, that would be a rule violation. Meister? Ha ha ha. What's with this person? Why is he judging in our favor? He says it's changing the process, but if Mighty Realtor accepts my wish here, then we'll definitely be able to hit him next turn, won't we? So doesn't it amount to changing the outcome? It ain't gonna end. Mighty Realtor, hurry up and pick a coffin to target. Number 2. What, number 2? Number 2 is you. He's going to kill you. Wait, why me? Just hurry up and pick number 2. No, hold on. Spare me, please, I don't want to die. Oh, shut up. Number 2, and that's fine. I'll do it already, Meister. Your wish is my command. Stop! Anzu? Meister selected the coffin. Now then, who's going to be in this coffin? No. Help me. I don't want to die. I do not want to die. Screaming it. What? Ah! That was a bad one. Shiori? Because of me. Ah, too bad, you hit Anzu. Sheesh. How does it feel, Miss Sara? Because of your wish, this time Anzu's an unrecognizable mess. I'm sorry, Anzu. Am I looking for forgiveness? I've just drawn a clear line. I sacrificed one of the dummies to save Gin. I discarded a doll so a human could live. I can't cover that up anymore. It doesn't matter. However brutal it is, you'll do anything. You're going down. The next choice will deal the final blow. Yeah, that's all we can do. We'll make him regret everything. I don't want to lose to the sky. Meow. Oh, really? I do hope you can. We'll do it. Let us begin our final discussion. Final gamble. Now, there's just one thing to wonder about. Whether or not we target the remaining number 3 coffin. What do you mean, Mao? There's clearly no other option, Mao. I mean, there's only 2 glowing coffins left. Woof! And one was a hint. Meow. If I'm in the blue number 9 coffin, you already have the answer. Meow. Well, if we think about it, my Realtor's naturally in the number 8 coffin. Listen, we can't accept a loss. We've got the dummy's regrets on our backs. Hey, shouldn't we be thinking about whose side Meister is on, Meow? Shouldn't we be thinking about whose side Meister is on? I don't think we should trust him. Woof. He's just acting impartial. But really, he's on Seaweed Head's side. Woof. No, he doesn't, because he wants the game to not... He doesn't want the game to end, right? Like, the moderator never wants it to end. That's just not a thing. And Shorty, too. I don't want to suspect her, but maybe she was with the bad guys. Meow. Gin. I mean, it has to be, right? Shorty must have worked with Seaweed Head, so she couldn't have blended in as a fake. Meow. He has a point. If both Meister and Hinako were on Maida Realtor's side, there may be traces of them preparing things for this banquet. Listen, we can't accept a loss. We've got the dummies' regrets on our backs. The dummies were created to kill us, but that don't matter none. Ayasaka, Hinaka, Mai, Anzu. They were all our allies in the end. We gotta show them the weight of that. Futaro. Okay. Well, if we think about it, Maida Realtor's naturally in the number 8 coffin. That's the natural expected result of our logic. Which is why it's unnatural. If Maida Realtor planned ahead for this far, then we're all but done for. Is there anything at all that, like a slip of the tongue from the enemy? Isn't finding that kind of thing your forte, Sara? It's not my forte. Oh, it's my piano. A slip of the tongue. So, Shorty must have worked with Seaweed Head, so she couldn't have blended in as a fake. Or she, I said so, but it's an or statement. Okay, so. Right, because Maida Realtor would have called her out. Is there anything at all, like a slip of the tongue? Okay. Voice recorder. He has instructions to cooperate with a partner. Lantern, ID card. Battery-powered communicator should work if they're within close enough range. Green book from the classroom. On the back it says, please return on time. First aid kit. Huh. This is a lame conflict if this is it. Must look real, don't be fooled, Meow. What's that, Good? You say that we're all allies, but Shorty might have been an enemy, Meow. Guess so, but even Hanako was killed. I want to believe in her too, but... will we find the answer that way? Woof. Can we really win? Meow. So, let me think this over. It seems Kyutaro reworked his statement. It's true, Hinako might have been our enemy. But if that's the case, why did Hinako get killed? I just ain't sure. That's why Hinako trying to say... what was Hinako trying to say in her last moments? I'm pathetic not being able to remember. He can't remember. Then maybe I should use that again. Gonna help me remember again, huh? Yes, look into this lantern. Yeah? Oh, I'm starting to remember now. Alright, let's think about inner statements that seem curious, just like before. What's this shaking? You're kidding, right? No way, why me? Oh. Come on. Hinako saying, you're kidding, right? No way, why me? Seems she couldn't believe what was happening to her. Kyutaro, please add this to your statement. I said that for some reason in my Kyutaro voice, even though it was Sarah. You got it. Okay. Hanako saying, you're kidding, right? No way, why me? Okay, this is the slip of the tongue we're looking for. You're kidding, right? No way, why me? Seems she couldn't believe what was happening to her. Okay, I think I got the right one. This last thing to try is like this third combination. I mean, I already tried this, it like didn't work. Nako went, "What's this shaking?" Because in her pitch black coffin, she had to rely on info other than sight. Okay. Wonder if we can find something where I remember what Hinako said. Yeah, I don't think that... Getting me really tired. gonna pause for a second. I am really struggling with this one. I'm going to do a save before anything else. I'm saving a state of 40% health, but it's better than getting 0% health, not having a save. Because I have this red text. A slip of the tongue from the enemy. Okay, and then we check the items, so we go, is there a slip of the tongue from the enemy in here? No. In here? Well, I can't check, because I don't know what the recording was. I can't check what the recording was. There's instructions for the first trial. Just your fate is tied to someone else. You can talk with them with the walkie-talkie. Lantern is a slip of the tongue? Now that would be obscure. The ID card with Salhiori's face on it. Upgrade parts. The transceiver. Not a slip of the tongue. The green book. Forgot what the contents of this were. But I presume it was directions on how to defeat Miss Maple. How was that? A slip of the tongue, we already used it. The first aid kit. Now, why is this in here? Okay. Okay, so none of those really seem to be slips of the tongue. Now, Gin says he wants... Shorty must have worked with Seaweed Head, or she couldn't have blended in as a fake. Which means, yeah, my realtor would have known she was a fake. The main point is her here is worked with him. Hayako saying, "You're kidding, right? No way, why me?" Seems she couldn't believe what was happening to her. And this is a reference to a different game. I want to combine these statements. And in the second main game, there are places where you can combine statements using the conflict mechanic, even though they didn't really conflict, they actually supported. So I thought, okay, I can conflict Kyutaro with Gin, but as you can see, that doesn't actually work. Right. So... if you use the lantern, it just tells you which of these are glowing. It doesn't do anything else for you. And these are all fully extracted. Let's see, is there anything in my, did anyone misspeak? And this was all about, this Kyutaro thing was all about what Hinako said in her last moments, and you would think that Kyutaro's thing would be a way to advance, because why else would it be there? Which statement should I remember? Okay, no content in What is this shaking? Okay, that didn't seem to be anything. You're kidding, right? No way, why me? This can't be happening. Yeah, but we don't know what she really was going to say there, so I don't think that would be the right one. Right? I'm pretty sure this is the best one right here. This says the content is. Do I have to add all of them? Hinako starts saying this "ka" before she died. Maybe she was gonna say this can't be happening. Wonder if we can find something by remembering what Hinako said. I'm so done. Oh dear. Okay, what's the death screen look like? The worst possible outcome awaited us, the game over screen. Okay. Uh... What would this be used for? We already tried the transceiver on Gin. Other senses besides sight. Or she couldn't have blended in as a fake. Oh dear. Nothing in here somewhere? Did I try every item on every statement? Maybe I tried all the conflicts. Nothing on the turntable. Okay, you can't use the lantern on anybody but Q-Taro. Okay. Oh, here's a weird one. They were gonna conflict that with either of these guys. Can't imagine this working. This is too weird. And they were going to use the upgrade parts on him. Okay, that wasn't it. Anything about senses other than sight in here? Please, did anyone misspeak? I didn't want to think Shorty was bad, but... Eh. What's this shaking? You're kidding, right? No way, why me? This cup. Eh. I mean, I would still presume this is the best one. Oh dear, I have to try all of them. I have to brute force this thing. There's the only way through is I have to brute force it. Okay. Okay. Oops. I'll try this last one. Wait, I think I already tried that, didn't I? Oh, whatever. What'd you just say? Like, what's the difference between the why me and this can't be happening, but then the this can't be happening is like truncated? Oh, that sucked. Okay. I said this. Maybe I'm reading a bit too much into this. You sure are. But I wonder if rather than Hinako saying this can't be happening, she wanted to say this coffin. This coffin. How am I supposed to guess that? Hinako is cooperating with Maida Realtor, so maybe her coffin was intended not to be picked. But it was. So she was betrayed. What does this mean? Miss Sarah, do you know why she thought she would get picked? She wouldn't get picked? Because... well, his mark doesn't work because Maida Realtor's stuck in a coffin. She was told the number. It was a non-glowing coffin. Well, I think it was a coffin. Didn't we pick it? Okay, it was definitely a glowing coffin. She was told the number of her coffin so it wouldn't be picked. Wouldn't she catch on when the hint was used? Why didn't she get angry at that? Am I wrong? Let me rethink this. It was marked somehow with something special that only Mida Realtor could see? Mida Realtor's in a coffin, isn't he? You wouldn't see it. It was in a non-glowing coffin. Because it was a non-glowing coffin? Then she'd have no worry of being picked. But Hinako's coffin was glowing, wasn't it? Huh? Then that idea is wrong? Yeah, that's what I thought too. That's why I didn't pick that option. And is it wrong? Big Sasara. Hinako had hot cocoa, right? Yeah, and she spilled it on Cotton Candy's coffin, meow. So if the reason Hinako had that hot cocoa was to pour it on her own coffin, meow, then she poured it on Cotton Candy's coffin to cover up what she was doing? Yeah, she carried out her plan in the confusion. If this is true, then why would she be surprised she got picked? Meister, tell me something. What is it? While this device was being set up, was it possible to trade coffins? Well now, I suppose you could. Say what? I locked them when starting, yes. Until then everyone could do as they wished. Then maybe... The incident happened just before the banquet began, while all the coffins were buried underground. What? At that time, Mida Realtor came out of his new coffin and called Hinako to trade coffins with her. But I thought he was in a glowing coffin. Ain't that outright cheating? But why did Hinako trade with him? I'm sure she didn't necessarily know everything about how it worked, and she didn't even consider that she would actually be betrayed. Well, how about it, Mida Realtor? This trade thing wasn't in your plan, right? At first you wanted to simply enjoy the game, but you started to fear you'd die. So you called Hinako and swapped with her. So he's in a non-glowing coffin. So what? You're acting all proud like you've won. But what does knowing that do for you? Huh? You swapped with Hinako, so you must be in a non-glowing coffin. There's three of those, right? But wasn't Hinako in a glowing coffin? Because she spilled her coffee on... Oh, she got in the... Oh. You didn't put the same person back in their previous coffin. She spilled it on Ranmaru's coffin, but then she got in Ranmaru's coffin. Okay. Just take a look. You have to pick me from among the 3 non-glowing coffins. And you have no more clues. That can't be. Oh yes, you could use your last hint. But whatever you pick, it'll just be red. What? Go ahead and discuss it all you like. That's exactly what I intend to do. The 3 non-glowing coffins. Guys, don't just be silent. Well, from what we've worked out, Mida Realtor is in one of the 3 non-glowing coffins. Kaiji's coffin is also one of the unglowing ones. I think we have to use our hint, meow. Okay, I have to save again. Okay. Man. I think we have to use our hint now. Seaweed Head's a liar. It's not going to guarantee it'll be red. It's not guaranteed it'll be red. Meow. That's true. There's Kaiji's coffin. Yeah. I don't want to think about it, but if Kaiji is really in there, after being executed, it'll show blue. But Mida Realtor isn't considering that at all. Why is that? We don't actually know what happened to Kaiji, because it was Ranmaru who did the last thing to Kaiji, right? Does Sarah not remember seeing Kaiji alive in the classroom? Does she think Kaiji got executed still? Well, from what we've worked out, Maida Realtor is in one of the 3 non-glowing coffins. We just gotta choose 1 and 3. But how can we tell them apart anymore? Kaiji's coffin is also one of the unglowing ones. I don't know how we should consider this. Even now, after all this, we have no idea if Kaiji's in there. It's no use, I can't see any options other than using our hint. And if that's only going to come up red, like Maida Realtor says, it'll be 1 and 3. And since Gin's coffin is already known, if we miss, Gin's life really is forfeit this time. You just have 1 try, meow. Gin, I'm ready. Woof. I'll be okay, whatever the result is. I want us to stand against this together. Meow. By the way, the whole point of doing this banquet was to try to save the dolls, and they all get killed. They all died. Alright. Alright, got it. I'm prepared to progress. The final hint. I'll use the hint on a non-glowing coffin. So the non-glowing ones are 2, 4, 5, and 7. We know that number 2 has been spent, right? So 4, 5, and 7. Use the hint. This is the last hint. I don't think it matters which one you choose, the game's going to adapt to your choice. If we don't learn something, there's nothing more we can do. Still, I summon my resolve and press the lamp. It came out blue. It lit up blue. So Ranmaru put Kaiji in a coffin. Wouldn't they know when... Oh, but... Yep, okay, Kaiji was in the middle coffin again. Yep, okay. So Ranmaru put Kaiji in a coffin. Oh. Is it really came up blue? It really came up blue, meow? Blue means human. Then it's not Seaweed Head, meow. It's Kaiji's coffin. No way, meow. So Mr. Policeman really was executed then? Boof. Kyutaro would know not. Kaiji. That's wrong. Kaiji escaped, and if he escaped, what does this blue mean? What is inside? I don't know, but Kaiji has done something for us. 2 coffins left, Maida Realtor. Sarah, now it's 1 and 2. I don't think there's any more we can figure out from discussion. We just have to choose one. I believe we'll win. This time we'll defeat you, Maida Realtor. Just in case. I'm pretty sure it's like scripted, like it's gonna, whichever one you choose, it's gonna come out the same, but I gotta, cause it can't like, I don't think who developed, like if I picked 5 last time instead of 4, I'm pretty sure it would have come up blue, right? So likewise, at this last choice, I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter which one I choose. Anyway. We'll definitely find... Okay, confirm. Person inside here is either Maida Realtor or Ranmaru. If I miss, Gin will die. My hands tremble, even knowing I have no choice but to press it. Please give me courage. Good luck, big sis Sarah. I believe in you, meow. Selected the coffin. Oh, well, is this the right one? He didn't say, just for suspense reasons. He usually says, oh, you picked that person's coffin, and then the drill happens. There's no response. What happened? Is it over? Now the result is... Too bad you hit Ranmaru. Eh? It's all over. I couldn't protect Gin. I'm sorry. I can't save anyone. You can't give up, Sora. What's up? A voice. No, it's just an illusion. Besides, even if you tell me not to give up, it's clear which coffin Gin is in. It ain't like you to think, Sarah. It ain't like you think, Sora. Have to pick. Light Realtor? What's going on? The number 4 coffin should show red, right? Didn't Kaiji escape? He must have put that in there instead. Eh. Seems it was effective. Our final trick. I mean, Kyutaro knew about Kaiji's plan, so... Kyutaro, what'd you do? Hehe. When you decide that was Kaiji's coffin, then... Are you saying it's Gin's coffin? Don't tell me during the final coffin check. Did you do something with Gin's coffin? That's inconceivable. Well, now he knows it's Gin. I mean, then go ahead and pick the one you believe in. What's going on? There's so much I don't understand. Even still, the plot's gonna work out anyway. My Realtor is backed into a corner. I'll give you the explanation later. This is the final trap me, Ma, and Kaja put together. If you let him think calmly, my Realtor might notice what's up to. You gotta thoroughly corner him. Refute his ideas and break his brain. I have to pick the statements of my Realtors seem to be refutable. I'll make him unable to think this over properly. Why was the coffin blue? There's no way Kaiji's inside. Gin being inside is even more unthinkable. Why are you able to say that? We saw the cremation system being activated. Shouldn't it be more natural for you to think that Kaiji is inside? Foolish. It must have been a deception. Kaiji escaped from the coffin. The control system worked and opened up the coffins. And the victim videos playing was proof of that, yes? Those dying moments of the 6 dummies. Hinako's video showed the death of the real Hinako, somewhat separate from the dummies Hinako. Be quiet, what do these details matter now? It's important as the control system functioned properly, because the victim videos were set up to play as a reward for activating it. What about that as a reward? At any rate, the real question is Kaiji's actions afterward. Kaiji must have learned how the banquet works somehow, that's correct. I'll bet he heard it from Maple, that's also correct. Or maybe Shin, that traitor. The Shin AI was only in the control room on floor 5. There's no way Kaiji could have talked to him when he was stuck on floor 4. Then he heard it from Maple, that settles it. Having learned about the banquet, Kaiji began to scheme to ensnare me. I'm sure he put something else inside the coffin. He could have used my doll in place of a corpse. He did. The coffins identify contents by the type of collar, all told. How do you know that? Because the banquet won't start if any of the coffins are empty. These coffins can detect their contents, you see. Doesn't seem to be lying. Oh, I put a doll, right? Doll of you? Where would you acquire anything like that? You didn't see it, but one was on that floor. What? If you prefer to, if I'd prefer if you didn't blame your deficient searching efforts on me. Contents are identified by the type of collar. That's the first I'm hearing this. Right, because it's the first I'm telling you. After all, both humans and dolls would be reduced to cinders by the cremation system, right? So only things that can withstand the heat would remain in the coffin. Namely the collar. What? And Kaiji must have thought like so. Kaiji figured he'd make use of a certain collar. My collar, which was in the control room. Not even realizing that's just what I wanted him to do. Use your collar, Mighty Ruler. That's impossible. Your collar would show the same thing as the dummy's, red. But what actually came up was blue. How do you intend to explain that contradiction? Because his collar was a human collar. Why, you are being so annoying right now. I don't know, so I'm thinking about it. And you're getting in the way. There's only one answer that makes sense. What? It's simple. Your reasoning has been way off the mark. I did. I refuted them all, even though they were all correct. From the beginning, my Driller has been thinking that coffin didn't contain Kaiji. Rather his collar from the control room. So he was convinced it would be red. Saying it's all wrong? Then who's in there? Is it Kaiji? Definitely can't be Gin. Gin, that above all would be impossible. Yes, I'm certain. Well, you have no allies to support you when you're faced with a dilemma. Because you killed them all yourself, Mighty Relitter. Now choose. Decide your fate. Burp. Alright, I'll choose. Meister, the coffin I'm picking is... I see, this one. Meister selected the coffin. But he said it can't be Gin, though. Wouldn't he be trying to select Gin? I mean, Gin had to be in the glowing coffin. And still... I guess we confused him enough he was doing something that doesn't make sense. Wow. Will it be the right one? Or the dreadfully wrong one? Big Sis Sarah, I'm scared. So did he drill Kaiji? Haha. Or did he drill a doll? Hahaha. Hahaha. What's so funny, Meow? Huh? He just flashed red. There wasn't actually blood. I hate you. Woof! Again? Oh, again? Sheesh. What about Mr. Policeman? Meow. Eh? The blue coffin that isn't mine. That's Mr. Policeman's coffin, right? Was he inside? Igi's in there? I see. If we didn't use Mighty Realtor's collar, I can only imagine he's inside. But didn't he escape? He went back in? Don't tell me. After he escaped, he went back in. While I was passed out? Silent the whole time? So as to deceive Mighty Realtor? Yep. You did good, Sora. Kaiji? Long time no see, everybody! Kaiji! Hang on a second, why are you just here? Sorry about that, took some time getting here. Are you the real deal? Might be a ghost, wanna check? Prick me and see if blood comes out. Yep, I'm real. It's a long story, but basically Ranmaru locked me in the charging room. Wow, woof. You should have told us sooner, meow. Sorry. I worried you, huh? You did good too, Gin. Yeah? I've been listening to things unfold over the transceiver. Then I guess we don't have to explain, huh? Yep, I leave it to you. Do what you need to do, Sora. Defeat Mighty Realtor. A rule violation. I finally realized it just now. You used it. Mishima's collar. Mishima's head, which Miley failed to collect. His collar was still on his severed head. We still haven't found that collar. So you're the one who had it, Kaiji? And you put it in that coffin. And? That's foul play! Using a missing collar from another floor isn't a valid part of the game. It's against the rules. Mishima's collar is a rule violation. Clear foul play. We've settled this game. Give up and die already. No, Mighty Realtor's right. Well, Mishima's collar is an illegal item that was never meant to be used. To dodge execution with it, now that's unfair. Rule breakers will be executed. Then, the rule breaker who put the collar in the coffin? That'd be Kaiji. He's like, he's alive! Nope. What nonsense is that? This can't be, surely. Even after he survived and we reunited, he'll be executed for breaking the rules? This is how these games work. It's called a horror game. Ever heard of them? We remain undaunted. So you were prepared for this? How disappointing, even though there's a way you could be saved. I'm not interested in a finished game. You see, once I win, I cease to care about who played dirty. Don't listen to him, Sora. I promise you, if I win, I won't expose your transgression and won't punish you. Choose Gin, Sora. Don't listen to a word he says. I'm saying that if you pick Gin, I'll let Kaiji go, Sora. This is the last choice. Really, truly, the last. Well, time to save the game. Drilled 2, we've drilled 4. We've drilled 5, so to get Mighty Realtor, we're going to drill 7. It's Mighty Realtor. Come to this answer. Mighty Realtor is in number 7, Gin is in number 9. Should I choose 7? Yep. Is this really okay? They give you a double choice. Once I push it, it'll all end. I'll save Gin, defeat Mighty Realtor, and Kaiji will be contrivedly executed. It's alright, Sora. My hands tremble, but with the last of my strength, I selected the coffin. Oh my, will it be the right one? Don't mess with me, Sora. I gave you a compromise and yet you should have given this up. To take death would be so terrifying. Even though my brain is not even my brain anymore, it's a doll. It's over. Well done, you hit Mighty Realtor. With this, the challenging team wins. However, it seems you'll need to pay the price. No. Kaiji. No, he can't die like this, I need to. Rule violations will be punished. If you resist, we'll take you all out, got it? I still won't move aside. I won't let you kill any more of my allies. Oh, I no need, sir. What are you talking about? I'll tell you everything. Yeah? Sorry for fooling you this whole time. This is what I really am. What do you mean? I don't get what's going on at all. I ain't the real Kyutaro. I'm a doll Soflin prepared. A doll? Kaiji, you look bewildered yourself. Honestly, yeah, because I just did what he expected I'd do. I put Mighty Realtor's collar in the coffin. Right. After we put the collar in, we split up to act separately. Kaiji went to floor 5 and we went to the cemetery. Why did you go back there? The truth is, I was at my limit. My stab wound was even deeper than I thought. You can't, Kyutaro. Get up, we're going to meet Sara and the others, right? If you stay here, won't you get burnt to death? I'm sorry. Seems it's too late for me. Is that what Soflin told you? I don't want this. It's because of me. Don't cry. There's no time. What you need to do is... I can't do it alone without you, Kyutaro. You won't be alone. I got a doll. Soflin will help you. If you can just get the ID card, use the AI Seaver with my doll. But then, what about you? Are you planning to die here knowing anyone? Without anyone even knowing? Heh. It'll be the ultimate camouflage. That's ridiculous, please. Now get going, Mai. It can't be. Then inside Coffin 4 was... the real Kyutaro? Yeah. No. Again, you got out? Muscle Gorilla, so he already... I'm sorry. I'm guessing he was burned in the coffin then. Why? 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 We were gonna get home together. So it's Kyutaro who's the one who died, just retroactively. Don't cry now. Yin, you're a big boy, right? Sara, your allies, you gotta protect him, right? But... Muscle Gorilla, he was all alone. We couldn't even talk. I couldn't tell him anything. No, we knew. No, he knew. I may just be a copy, but... even now, I feel like I would be willing to die for you. What are you saying? You can't. My good fortune was my heart being weak. To tell the truth, I wavered lots of times. I even thought about abandoning everybody. Even so, I couldn't. It wasn't kindness or anything, I just yielded. That part of me wanted to survive even if it meant killing someone else. So I'm happy that I could come to your aid. Muscle Gorilla? What's wrong? Muscle Gorilla? Kyutaro? Blank skin. Kyutaro? Mr. Kyutaro? He runs out of battery. And it's over. All the dolls have run out of battery. Next will be your final game. The winner will be decided. No, it won't. We'll escape. We won't do as you expect us to. Well now, I look forward to that. Gin Ibushi. What, meow? Kaiji Shinoga. Shin Tsukimi. What? And Sara Shidoan. The four of you will have a final match. Until then, give some careful thought to the ways you might outwit each other. Final chapter part 1 end. To be continued in the final chapter part 2. Okay. And I'll have one more recording to do where I try that with Rekko and Kana as opposed to with Sao and Alice. And that would be long, really, really long, but I'll do it. But until then, bye.